Hey, I'm Josephu, but you can call me Joe. I want to talk to you today about the Rodecaster Pro. This is a product I bought on impulse. I just bought it because I made some money in Bitcoin and I wanted to reward myself. This is the video for you if you're looking to buy a Rodecaster Pro but aren't sure if it has what you're looking for. So if you want to learn more, you want to know if you should buy this product or for other alternatives, watch the rest of the video. Now, it needs to be said, the Rodecaster Pro is designed for podcasting. The reason why I pointed over here is because that's where I have it, on my table. I can't think of a better product for podcasting that does the same thing this does. It's semi-portable, so you can bring it anywhere, and if you put an SD card in it, you can record anything, anywhere. I might be a little biased in this video, alright, because I'm a little bit of a Rode fanboy. I really like their products. They're really good quality and they're relatively cheap compared to their competitors. The Rodecaster Pro has so many podcast features. It is designed for podcasting, right? But why would I get that? I don't have a podcast. Well, due to some firmware updates that have, been continually put out ever since the product was made 3 years ago, it might be taking some strides into the streaming market. So let's actually have a look at what the Rodecaster Pro has to offer. It's a big fucking box. It's way bigger than the Rodecaster itself. It also comes with these massive sheets that everything about the product you need to know is on these sheets. If reading isn't your thing, don't worry about it. Rode has a lot of informational and well-made tutorial content on how to use their products, and Rodecaster Pro being one of them. There's obviously a few videos dedicated to it. Now, let me talk you through each area of the Rodecaster Pro itself and what its purpose is. So, if we look at the back of the Rodecaster Pro, we can see all these different types of inputs. These ones over here are microphone inputs. The Rodecaster Pro allows you to record at any time 4 separate audio tracks. This meaning that if someone is humming to themselves or clicking their fingers on a mic and you want to remove that from the audio track, you can cut out that single microphone and all other microphones that are currently being recorded will be unaffected. This might sound trivial, but not many other products allow you to do this, especially in the unique, easy to use way that the Rodecaster Pro allows you to use it. So see here, right here on the main panel, we can see all these different sliders. These are for all different things, but these 4 in particular, well, they're for your microphones. This allows a live edit where you can adjust the volume of individual microphones and even go so far as to mute them if they're being too loud or background noise is too much of a hassle. A neat little thing for Rode fanboys such as myself with this product is that if you're using any Rode microphone, it comes pre-installed with presets that will automatically be connected once you plug in that device. If you want to edit the audio further, all you have to do is go back and hit levels or audio processing, and you can edit all the settings there manually if your microphone has a bit of a personality disorder. You can record audio tracks through your Bluetooth device, through your computer, through USB, and even to a phone that you just have plugged into the device. Just hit the button on the top of the slider. This makes the Rodecaster discoverable for Bluetooth devices. Simply pair it with your phone or mobile device of choice, and boom, it sets up its own audio track on the Rodecaster Pro. If your device doesn't have Bluetooth, you can also just hook it up with one of these bad boys. Just before we move off these sliders, you might still be curious as to what these 2 little buttons do here at the bottom. Well, one of them allows you to hear the audio track, and the other, this icon here, it simply mutes it. Now, you might be a little curious as to what these little bad boys do. Well, these little bad boys allow you to edit your headphone audio. And as you can see from here at the back of the product, you can insert 4 separate headphones so that the people recording their voices can also hear their voices back. You also have this dial on the side, which allows you to edit a master volume, which will correspond to all 4 headphones and the fifth one that I'm using now. I was talking about cons to the Rodecaster Pro, and here's the first one that really miffed me off. This product wasn't compatible with my current headphones. These are SteelSeries headphones, and they're wireless, and they're not Bluetooth wireless, they're wired wireless. Now, because I'm lucky, I actually have an audio jack port inside my headphones, and as I was talking about you being able to have 5 headphones, one of these ports is an audio jack, and it's hidden right here in the front. Perfect. Another problem I had with this device was a local audio problem, I guess you could say. I had a problem where I could hear background noise in my microphone. This was when I was playing it back from my Rodecaster Pro, where I could hear my audio live through my microphone back through my Rodecaster Pro. The problem with this is the fact that the Rodecaster Pro actually has a firmware problem where it genuinely muffles audio, and you're hearing diluted and changed audio that is not actually being recorded through the Rodecaster Pro. Now, this is not really a problem because you only hear a little hiss when you're recording. It's not actually coming up in the recording itself, so surely it shouldn't affect your final product. Now, once I messed around with the settings, I genuinely got rid of this. All it took was me upgrading to the most recent firmware, which I was a little upset that the Rodecaster Pro didn't come pre-installed with. Okay, so moving on to the thing everybody wants to talk about, the big glowing RGB buttons. This is essentially a soundboard that glows in different colors. You can set your own sound effects to every single button, and you can set it up so this soundboard actually plays through your microphone, allowing you to play calls, memes, and whatever the hell you want to play in to your Discord calls, Skype calls, meeting rooms, whatever your microphone can get into, the Rodecaster Pro soundboard can get into. But I just have mine loaded with memes.
Yeah!
Oh no!
The Rodecaster Pro comes pre-installed with a bunch of basic sound effects like laughing, cheering, scary music, and happy music, and a few other bits and bobs that I can't remember because I immediately removed them to put my shitty memes on. The soundboard is just really cool because it allows you to say like, you got a ligma? Ligma balls. Yeah, okay, shut up. Actually, if you hit the note icon in the corner of your display, you're actually able to change boards. Let me tell you how this works. So you can have multiple boards of sound effects that you can switch between using this interface. So when you switch to the next soundboard, you'll literally just be able to press the buttons and they will apply a different sound effect. This actually is a really useful feature in something I'm going to talk about later on. This way you're able to have as many sound effects as you want, although you're only able to have 8 on the board at a time. I went out and using Noob's Commander, and this guy called Nutty showed me how to do it, but he showed me how to turn this bad boy into a stream deck for my streams alone. But I found out later that I could have just used my Rodecaster Pro. These little RGB buttons that are incredibly cool, they can actually act as a stream deck. And let me explain how. There was a firmware update a few months ago and it's still in beta, but it's for the Rodecaster Pro obviously, and the RGB sound effect buttons can be used as a hotkey in OBS. This means you can set it to transition through scenes in OBS. I personally use my Rodecaster Pro as my microphone audio and also for my headphone audio because my headphones are going into the Rodecaster Pro, and this is simple to set up. All you have to do is literally set it as your default device on your microphone and set it on the default device on your headphones. Bada bing, bada boom, you're able to adjust your microphone volume and your headphone volume right here, and it's simply a dream. Connecting your microphone to your Rodecaster Pro is actually what lets you play the audio from your Rodecaster Pro into group chats and Skype calls and Discord calls and etc. So I highly recommend doing that. Overall, that is the Rodecaster Pro. It's a stream deck and it's a really good audio mixer for portable and stationary use alike. Is it worth the €500 I paid for it though? Probably not. The Rodecaster Pro is a really, really, really good device. Don't get me wrong. But you could easily get a Go XLR that does almost everything the Rodecaster Pro can do and more. And as I said, I've programmed this to be a Stream Deck, so that functionality gives me no interest, although it would have done if I was to purchase it. But if you want a really good audio mixer and a Stream Deck at the same time, and you don't want to bother programming anything for your own cheap €20 Stream Deck, then go for the Rodecaster Pro, especially if you're a fanboy of Rode products, because it's incredibly user-friendly with the rest of their products. I have the Rode Go Wireless 2, and that works perfectly with pairing with this, and the pod mic I have here works perfectly pairing with it as well. But it's not worth the price. This coming from a guy who's owned it for 2 years and recognizes the fact that it probably was an impulse buy that I shouldn't have made. Keeping in mind, actually, I'm getting 3 YouTube videos out of this bad boy, so I probably didn't do too badly. If you have any other questions, please let me know. As I said, I am planning on doing follow-up videos, not particularly about the Rodecaster Pro, but the functionality it can have with other devices. Well, that's all from me. It kind of feels weird filming this towards the end because I've done it over 3 days. You might not be able to tell because I'm wearing the same clothes, but my hair changes and I do shave whatever the hell this is on my chin. So if you did enjoy, all I can ask is that you subscribe and let me know what the fuck I've done wrong, because God knows I have done something wrong. I'd just like to say everything I talked about today, there's a link for it in the description. I know I didn't say it at the time, but I didn't want to constantly be saying there's a link for description in that, for this, for that, and for the other thing. I just want to have it all down there. Thank you so much for watching. It genuinely means the world to me that anyone is watching this video, and please let me know how I can do better.